Welcome to the Jaden Show. I hope you have had a phenomenal week since we last saw each other. Today is going to be an amazing show for you. I'm going over to New Mexico to meet Swedish singer, songwriter, performer, the amazing Captain Klas. But you know what? I think before we meet him, we should go and listen to one of his songs. This is called American Outlaw. This is Captain Klas.
Bad man, but as bad as I've had to be. Cause God and the devil both agree they make it hard to stay free. I'm a real American outlaw. Gotta know when to keep your cool, but be ready to bring the heat. I'll keep my head on a swivel and a gun under my seat. She said,
hey there, cowboy, been noticing you noticing me. Been watching you for a while now, and liking what I see. Got that spring in your step, that glimmer in your eye. Middle of a woman ride,
gonna take all night. So I said, if you wanna come with me, I promise to keep you safe. If you got nothing to keep you here, then I've got this place, somewhere we can go, hide out a little. I got a little hideout down in New Mexico. Keep my guns loaded and I stay ready to shoot.
I've got a knife on my thigh and another one in my boot.
Like a real American outlaw. Sleep with one eye open, got my gun next to our bed. Come barging in, motherfucker gonna catch some lead.
Check the back, just to be sure.
I keep my back to the wall and one eye on the door.
Make sure we know all the exits. Yeah, let's get ready to slip.
I'll keep my big arrow within reach when it's not on my hip.
Well, if I come with you, you gotta promise to keep me safe. There's nothing for me here, I'd love to see your place, somewhere we can go. Take our time and take it slow,
in a little hideout down in New Mexico. We got a little hideout down in New Mexico.
Okay, before we meet the amazing Captain Klas, it's time for a very, very quick Jaden Show commercial break. Okay, are you ready, guys? Put your hands together. Please welcome to the Jaden Show, the talented, the super wonderful, the amazing Captain Klas. Captain Klas, all the way from New Mexico to Old Mexico. How amazing, man. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. Thanks for having me on.
So, where are you originally from?
Originally, I'm from Stockholm, Sweden, or a little town outside of Stockholm. I came here to America as an exchange student in 1997. Met a girl, brought her back to Sweden, eventually came back. Fast forward to now. With a different girl, but we have 2 kids, and so I have a little family here.
And a very, very different United States as well, but probably.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Things have changed a lot.
But you're in New Mexico, and it's a very beautiful area where you live, right?
It is very scenic.
So it kind of it probably adds to your creative juices, no?
Definitely, it's a very, very influential place on my music, and the scenery here is spectacular. There's high mountains. We have over here we have a mountain that's over 14,000 feet. And,
wow!
And we have white sands out here. I don't know if you've heard of that.
I have heard of it, but I don't know.
Big white desert. I can see that from my property. I can see both the mountains in the 360 view on top of a hill. So it's it's inspirational to just.
Oh my god, that's incredible! That sounds absolutely stunning, man. So, I want to take you back to little Captain Klas, right? What was going on in your life when you were younger, musically, and to the stage where you ended up going to the United States of America? Like, what was that whole part of your story about?
Well, me and my twin brother, I have a twin brother. We were always kind of just jamming out in the basement as an escape from reality. We were slightly always in dissonance with our reality. Our parents were Jehovah's Witnesses, and we struggled with that a lot. The strict life and the lack of openness to other thoughts and cultures, and we had our own little blues and punk band in the basement.
Like good Jehovah's Witness boys.
Yeah. I think we called ourselves the Blue Boys.
Really? Sweet.
So imagine, yeah, a 7-year-old me with a perfect combed haircut, and my twin brother looks just like me, and we were rocking out in the basement.
Sweet.
And that was our musical start, really.
Wow, man.
I played the piano. I took piano lessons, and my brother took drum lessons. And there was always just kind of a compartmentalized little life that on the side that or escape from reality. And we both went into business after school, into advertising.
Okay.
And learned a lot of skills, but also didn't really connect with the culture of it. The people were not the nicest kinds of people. I did pretty well in that business, but there was more increasing amount of dissonance.
Wow. Okay.
In as I got better at that business, a lot of it was quite ruthless, and how you got and managed projects and got the most out of people, for the least amount of money spent. Basically, and it just kind of turned more and more into that until I kind of couldn't do it anymore.
Right.
And it also coincided with a wife that now had lived in Sweden for 7 years and was quite homesick for New Mexico. So we moved back to New Mexico. And I took a year off from work. I told myself to kind of focus on my mental health and
the things you love.
Something else, my hobby of music, and music just kind of took over.
Wow.
I never went back.
Really?
And, yeah.
Wow.
Just never went back to advertising. My original idea was that I was going to open an advertising firm here in Santa Fe in New Mexico. And I just never got around to doing it.
Wow.
No,
coming from a family of JWs, like, what was going on musically? I mean, like, how did you... I remember I was born again Christian when I was a lot younger, so therefore you could listen to any secular music. I don't know anything about the kind of like the rules and regulations of JW. So were you allowed to listen to external music, like secular music? Or
we were, as long as it was kind of clean,
decent. So ABBA was okay.
ABBA was okay.
Oh,
Beatles,
perfect. That's right.
Rolling Stones were. Most of it was okay.
Wow.
Some of it was. When it first came out, or early, I remember when I was a little kid, definitely the Rolling Stones were thought of as like devil's music, but luckily our parents were kind of music lovers.
Okay. So there was music going on around you in the house at the time, not just the escape music, but what were your family?
My dad had a pretty decent CD collection that included stuff like CC Top and Dire Straits and...
Okay. Oh, that's cool then. It wasn't kind of like just like Jehovah's Witness based religious worship music. It was like you still had
not only
just some good vibes.
Yeah, I had my own little Sony Walkman with where I ripped all the good stuff off my dad's CD collection or off the radio. How we used to do.
It's a shame. I mean, if you weren't into pop music, because obviously Sweden was like the home of the Max Martin group and Red One and stuff like that. And back in I went to Gothenburg in the 90s to work with part of that. As part of the Max Martin group, because that was bloody amazing. Yeah. And it was like the capital of great 90s pop music. I mean, obviously you had ABBA and Ace of Base and people like that as well coming from. I mean, Sweden is just world famous for great artists, great artists. But it's a little club. It's kind of like the advertising scene. If you have an invitation, it's great, and I could never break into. Unless you sold a kidney or something.
Yeah. Now you gotta be somebody's nephew.
I was lucky. I got in with But I didn't have the backing in the UK, so it kind of went a little bit wrong in the 90s for me. But
Yeah, but you had a run there for a while, huh?
yeah, it was cool. It was bloody. Do you know what? I was such a shy kid. I never enjoyed it, and now I don't really give a shit. Cause I'm in my 50s now, and I kind of look back and I'm just like, mate, I could have really got more out of that. That was amazing. Like as Backstreet Boys were leaving, I was going in, and then when I was leaving, Britney was coming out to play. Do you know what I mean? It was like, for me, being a pop boy, the 90s were the best times. I mean, it was just really great. It was like a whole new style of pop music. It was like flavored with R&B and country and stuff like that. We just had a new vibe in the 90s, and it was amazing. And I didn't really enjoy any of it because I was too shy and self-conscious. Now I'm like,
what got you into it?
Mistakes. I was a gospel singer. I was going all over the UK, and I spent time in Canada singing gospel and missionary stuff. And it was kind of, it wasn't kind of like, oh, happy day. It was kind of, it was kind of more pop based, like Amy Grant, this kind of, kind of country pop. It was just like I was a very slim, pretty blonde boy. So I was singing religious stuff that had edge. It was R&B, it was country. So I kind of got into music that way. And then I came back to England. I left the church because of my personal choices with my sexuality. And then, not my choices, but my personal kind of statements with my sexuality. They're always there anyway. And then, so I got thrown out of the church pretty much. And then I was just going to some like bars with my friend, and one of the DJs was looking for session vocals. I said, oh, Jaden used to sing gospel, he can sing. So I kind of got into it, and then like, oh, we need a backing singer for this band. Are you up for it? I'm like, yeah, I'll try it. So I done backing singing, and the lead singer was sick, so I had to cover the lead vocal. But it happened really naturally and organically, so I didn't have time to worry about it, fear it, get nervous. It was just like, Jaden, Mark ain't in. Can you quickly do this vocal? And I'm like, oh shit, okay, yeah. So I done the vocal, and then carried on doing the vocal, and then it just was doing like a big charity event, and someone wanted to manage me, and then got onto TV, and then all of a sudden I'm in every teenage magazine in the country, and and I've bloody got stickers in teenage magazines for pencil cases. It's just bizarre. And looking back, I'd really, and the thing, I've got, like all my stuff in scrapbooks at my mum in England, so I collected everything because I couldn't believe it. But it was the 90s, so there was hardly any, I've got some stuff on Facebook, but it was the 90s, so you can't really like appreciate, there's nothing photographically or on video, unless it was a VHS big ass camera that kind of can show what I've done. So my memories obviously with time have faded a lot, but yeah, it was an amazing time. I just didn't enjoy it now, whereas I don't need the approvals, I don't need attention. Like, I'm just really okay with just being me now. I kind of think now would be the great time to do all that. Because I don't care if you don't like me, and I don't care if you don't want to sign me, and I don't care, I'm doing what I love because I can't help it, because I do not have another choice. Music is, you started really young, so you know as well that you can try other escape routes and become norm. Yeah. And at the end of it, music gets you. It bites your ass and drags you off into the bloody forest, mate. It's just, you can't not do what you do, mate. It's part of who you are.
It might even make you grow dreadlocks,
Well, yeah, see, now looking at you, say, we've just heard American Outlaw. Looking at you, be like, nah, this boy is like, he's a reggae god, man. Like, he's super cool, got his dreads, like, the boy is all kind of like reggae'd up. And then you come out with like these, we can listen to Hey Mum at the end of the show, but you come out with this really beautiful country vocal, not what I would have expected.
From my look, yeah.
Or even from like a guy from Sweden.
Right. Well, I've been talking in this kind of Southern American music and place for a long time. And since I had wanted kind of like a rocket ride like yours, but in the advertising thing, and then music became my escape from that and everything else. But what that does is that I can't really pick what I write about. They can't come out as they come out.
Yeah.
I can't really get myself to commercialize it too much. It's just songs, and the reason those songs, my mom really loved country music, and I lost her a couple of years ago to cancer. So before that, I had to kind of soak in what she loved, the music she loved, and so then I wrote her that song, "Hey Mom."
It's beautiful, beautiful. But American Outlaw is a great track as well. Super great track.
Thank you. Yeah, that one is more conceptual, fun.
Yeah, but that's the thing that
My wife.
I love the most about music is that it's just so big. Like you speak to so many artists, especially like before COVID, and they're like, well, I'm a pop boy, so no, you can't have a harmonica in a pop track, it doesn't work, or you can't have this and you can't have that, and the record company won't pick it up if it's the wrong hi-hat, or And then after COVID, when we realised the fragility of our industry and how everything could be shut down in less than 5 minutes, it was like, I think, and now a lot of people are like, well, do you know what? I'm just doing what I love to do now. Like, I'm just making music, and it's authentic. So if one song comes out as country, and one song comes out as thrash metal, and one song comes out, I'm always like, for me as well, like I sing. I'm very blessed to sing 4 days a week. It's one of my jobs. So, And when I came here, I was a classical opera singer. So I was singing, classical stuff, and then I'd be halfway through Nessun Dorma, and someone would say, "Do you know any Whitney?" And I'll be like, "Okay, I could do Whitney." So now I just sing whatever, and I love it. Like, I'm always Jaden, but I can sing Dua Lipa, and I can sing, I don't know, Vicente Fernandez, mariachi or ranchera, But I use my voice as an instrument, so obviously I'm not going to sing the same way Dua Lipa as I would Pavarotti, but I think it's just having that freedom. Like, for me, music is like an ocean, and the ocean doesn't want to be trapped into little ponds of country and R&B and pop and rock, and music is just as it flows, right? So I think what you're doing is probably the most connected to your art you could possibly be.
Yes. I listen to all types of music. I always have. It's been very diverse, and I didn't come in it for fashion, if you know what I mean. Like, I didn't make that choice when I was like 13, 14 years old. Like, I listened to Metallica, or I listened to Tupac, like, everybody else in my school were like they chose a social group to belong to, and that's the music they listened to.
Yeah.
I never did that. I just sort of picked from here and there, and I never really belonged to any of them because
me too.
I hear music in my head all the time, and sometimes it's a country tune, and sometimes it's like a Latin pop beat, I've been into that a lot lately.
Well, you say you're just above the border, mate, so I'm sure there's going to be a lot of Latin influence. I used to, all my skeletons are coming out of my closet now, so I used to teach Zumba in England. So I absolutely loved, like, reggaeton and salsa, but I was singing classical opera, and like they don't really work that well together, to be fair, so but I loved it. So like, when I eventually came to Mexico, I got an opportunity to write and record with a reggaeton dembow track. My last album was all spiritual and classical, and like my release after that was with some black, it's called Black Sicano. So like, we're amazing. And everything he touches musically is gold. He's a phenomenal dembow reggaeton artist. And
that's cool.
And I was just like, I love being just adding, when you travel to different countries and meet different people and eat different foods and immerse yourself in different cultures, you change and you become part of all that is around you. And I think, if that doesn't happen musically for you as well, then there's something quite sad about that. Really.
Absolutely.
It's like, I would love to do, like, I would be happy doing a whole album of kind of Enya spiritual stuff, and a whole album of like mariachi and ranchera. Like, there'll be no little fat tattooed British boys doing a whole album of like, ranchera or mariachi music. So I love that freedom.
Complete incapability of sticking to a genre. I can't do it. I can stay for a little while, but then
moving on
for other expressions, and feelings. The next song I have coming out is Bossa Nova.
Really?
Yeah.
Super cool. Really love it. What, I mean, like, what was your go-to? I mean, like, even though you don't have a specific genre that you follow as an artist, what was your go-to as a listener? Like, what was your, okay, you know, like, were you always listening to Running Up That Hill by Kate Bush, you know, or, you know, like, what was your go-to? What was your on play repeat as a kid?
Well, I seem to always come back to a lot of 70s Southern rock and kind of bluesy stuff like Dire Straits, or there's a lot of Pink Floyd and that kind of stuff too. But a lot of 70s music, like Steely Dan, that kind of stuff. It was stuff that I fell in love with from my dad's record collection. Really, I've always kind of gone back to that. But I mean, there was like Stan Getz and a lot of jazz and old blues and stuff like that in that too. So it was actually a pretty decent collection of
musical foundation. Yeah, I mean, are they still your go-tos now? I mean, like when you know, shit hits the fan a little bit and you're feeling a little bit kind of out on a limb, do you go back to the memory of that music, or do you have other go-tos now? Because obviously your life has expanded, your musical loves and likes.
I haven't, for the past couple of years, I don't listen that much to music. I used to listen to music almost all of the time to kind of drown out the noise or my thoughts or my feelings, but it's what do I listen to?
Yeah, what was the last song you listened to?
Let's open Spotify here and see what I've been listening to.
Yeah, what was listening to? I find the same, that I didn't seem to listen to music in my car. I'm so comfortable now with everything around me that I love silence. Like, I love hearing the birds and the rain, and that for me is just magic music. That's kind of like that's earth music. And I only seem to listen to...
I had to change my alternator in my car, so I disconnected the battery, and now my stereo has that like anti-theft light blinking and it won't work. I think that was about 2.5 years ago.
Really?
So, yeah, that got me really addicted to just driving in silence, I think. So so I haven't had any cartoons for a couple of years.
Wow, man.
I think that's been really good for me musically, actually, because I'm not drowning out the music that I'm hearing.
Right.
I have this kind of brain that's if there's music on, I'm humming along to it. Doesn't matter if I've never heard the song. Mm-hmm. My brain is always trying to add something, a melody, you know. And in the silence, I still hear music.
Yeah.
So I've been just kind of tuning into that, and I guess it's been nice to just disconnect and listen to the music that I'm probably ripping off all these artists I mentioned. I haven't listened to them in probably 10 years, a lot of them, but they're in there, you know.
I think it's almost like channeling, isn't it? Really.
It is.
It's really interesting, actually, because everyone on all my shows over the last couple of months, it's all been the same kind of flavor. It's been more kind of like, you know, creativity and spirituality are almost one and the same. They kind of run together. And, you know, my last guest was like, you know, I feel a little bit like a fraud because sometimes the music just comes and it comes the way it comes. And, you know, I'm not like powering over lyrics for like 4 days and then having to get a decent middle eight and a great bridge. It's just coming, it's just flowing, and it's happening naturally. And I feel like I should be doing more work in it, and I kind of think that's how everything should be going. I think going when you're having to really battle something is probably when it's the most, I don't know, the most fake. Actually, when it flows and it just happens and it's already there, you're kind of, is actually when it's when you really touch it, it's channeling your creative spirit, right?
Yeah, it's funny. It can be a little bit of a disconnect there, like because when the good stuff comes to you, it feels too easy. Like
Yeah.
you didn't even have to work for it. And it's the resistance that you measure reality by, kind of,
Yeah.
right?
I was into for quite a while. There's a woman called Esther Hicks, and she channels an entity called Abraham, and it will always stick with me. And I love a lot of what she says. A lot of what she said in her her conferences and her videos kind of really resonate. But she was saying we are taught from such an early age to always go against the flow. So, you're always competing against, you're always fighting against, you're always, putting that work, no pain, no gain. Like you always have this, everything good has to come with like this immense effort, this immense pain, this immense output before you achieve anything. Well, actually, everything that is meant for you is almost like getting in a kayak, laying back like this and floating down the Ganges. It's kind of like that is where everything, that's how we should be as humans, but because of society norms and and everything that goes on, we are taught that everything comes with a fight. But it does seem now, like I just said, that a lot of people are now seem to be more fluid with their creativity and their art rather than having to fight in order to create it. So I think it's beautiful. I think everyone's becoming a little bit more connected, a little bit more authentic. I really love it. It's quite exciting as an artist as well, because I get to cover people's songs that are fluid.
Well, there's something that happens to art when the commercial aspects are removed. Obviously, the people who are only in it for the commercial aspects are eventually going to drop out.
Yeah.
And the people are still like actually expressing something real. They're doing it because they're compelled to from something. This is not a practical lifestyle. I had a much better living in the advertising scene instead of I run around playing my guitar and singing my own songs in bars for a living. It's a tough sell.
Hey, I wish I was talented enough to be a plumber or a bloody carpenter. I would have made a frigging fortune. Like I really wouldn't now be worried about, am I going to make enough money to eat next week?
Yeah.
That's the joy of art. It's so...
I tried to quit a few times, but it doesn't stick. Can't help it. I keep going back to it.
It's part of who you are. And it's about be true to thyself, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So what's going on for you now musically? What's happening for Captain Klas at the moment?
I have quite a bank of songs that I've written, and a lot of them are already finished recording. So really, I am addicted to creating something that out of nothing, like making something you listen to and recording. I really love studio work.
Yeah, that's my favorite bit.
So with COVID and all that, everything went poof for a few years, but what I had all of a sudden was time. So I wrote a lot and I recorded a lot of songs. And this is my old tour bus here that I'm sitting in. That's now just hasn't moved in a couple of years, but it's my creative space. I have a nice little workstation here and instruments. So I've been just releasing one song every month out of that batch. So this about a year and a half now, I've been releasing one song every month.
Amazing.
And I keep writing new songs. So I'm just.
So you're still writing then? You're not just kind of working?
No, I'm just trying to keep up with. I mean, I like having a little bit of a stash. I don't want to run out of songs and fall off the map, but I just keep it just keeps coming.
Sweet.
Especially right now, there's a lot of stuff going on that to write about.
Yeah.
This country is having some issues.
Yeah, just a few, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't talk that much about it because I'm an immigrant, but you know,
You're still living in the energy of the place, so you can still feel what's going on around you, right?
Yeah.
You don't. I mean, everyone else in the world is talking about it. So
Yeah.
why shouldn't you? You live there.
Right.
But yeah, it's very interesting times.
Yeah, there'll be some songs coming out. Look for some Latin beats in a very distorted voice. It could be me.
Fantastic! I'm looking forward to this already.
Releasing it as myself, but there'll be some pseudonyms out there.
Sweet. Looking forward to this. What are your future plans, mate? What are your plans for like the immediate future, and then kind of like like your plans full stop? Like, what are you going to do? What do you want to do? What do you want to achieve?
Well, I have my little family, my wife and our 2 little kids. So they go with me wherever I'm going. And as far as which continent that will be on, I don't really know right now. It's I just applied for my 3rd card, the green card here. I've done 2 cards, 10 years each.
Yeah.
And the immigration situation here is a little sketchy right now.
Yeah, quite dicey, right?
So we'll see if they grant me to stay, then I'll be staying and to keep paying off this property that we've bought. And if not, I don't know what to do. I guess I'll have to pack up and bring the family back to Sweden or Europe.
Wow. And what about musically? What are your plans? What do you aim to do? I mean, obviously everything affects that as well because.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I'm going to keep releasing a bunch of new music, and I'm going to speak in code and comment on current events and yeah, just keep working. I don't know, the thing is a lot bigger than me,
Yeah, bit bigger than all of us at the moment, right?
Yeah,
we need a good alien invasion. That's what we need. That will sort some things out.
But we need to stay connected and like this and be a positive impact, I think. And artists have that's all we can do. Can comment and we can try to influence the minds of people, but we can't. That's all we can do.
I think like what you said at the beginning of the interview. Us artists, us creatives, are probably the most underrated magicians on the planet. We are the worst paid, the worst. I mean, it's just like, but like as you said at the beginning of the interview, they were your escape. Those people were your escape. We are some people's escape. We are our own escape. I mean, like when things are really getting shitty and nasty, and we have the ability to get lost in music, to get lost in art, to get lost in that creative spirit. That's priceless, mate. I think, even that that's kind of on a little reason why I started this show coming up to 5 years now was because no one supported us. No one's ever given me let me chat to you and, talk about yourself. And, if I get people, because I've just started writing kids books, right? So I've got 5 books published at the moment. People are like, oh, I love what you do. Love your work. Let's talk about it. I'm like, great. Well, my prices start at, well, no, mate, I'm not interested. I do everything for the love and the support of my peer group, fellow creatives. So, and I think it's like, we're so preyed upon and we're so underrated. And actually we are the shapeshifters and the magicians of the futures, because one song for you can take someone, like when I first came to Mexico, I was lost, completely lost. My partner was hardly ever here because of work. So I was on my own in a country that I didn't recognize the culture, I didn't recognize the climate. I spoke 5 words of Spanish: hola, gracias, adios, por favor. That was it. Obviously now I can speak Spanish, but yeah, that was all I knew, and so I couldn't speak and communicate with anybody. The only thing I had that was even remotely Jaden was my memories of music past. And that was the only thing that kept me from like going off my head. So I would be on YouTube and I would be like watching all the artists from my youth and what they're doing now. I didn't realize this person was still singing, and oh my God, you can still hear this, see a live performance of this artist, and it saved my arse. It really saved my arse when I was in some of my most darkest time. And that is the power of creativity, of art and expression and music and, all that kind of thing. So, I think it's desperately important to be part of that, to promote that, to, I don't know, buddy that kind of, that whole process and the people that make that, because we're the only things that are, some of the only things that are good in the world at the moment is the people that are creating, that are, that are making beautiful things that you can listen to and just lose yourself. For example, American Outlaw.
If we don't have anything to watch or listen to, or anybody narrating what is going on and what it means, to be human, and to describe the human experience as like, to where somebody goes like, I've felt that.
Yeah. No, exactly. Yeah.
Like, why are we fighting for anything then? If what else is there?
Exactly.
It's all that is beautiful.
Unfortunately, you're not the only person that's lost a mum. As tragic and as deeply traumatic as it is. So there are hundreds of millions of people that will listen to your song and go, man, that's my bloody story as well. I used to sing Dance with My Father by Luther Vandross.
And it makes us feel connected to each other.
Yeah, completely.
Every gig I play, that song is a little bit of a party killer, It's not, but it still works because at least 1 or 2 people in the audience in a bar will cry.
Yeah.
When I play that song. I'll pick the right moment. And, then I'll pick up the show after a little while and say something happier. But all of a sudden we're connected. And after those people that cried, without fail, they'll wait until the gig's over, and then they'll come up to me and thank me for it.
Absolutely. That's magic.
And it's a really strange thing to do, but it is a moment of connection.
Magic, yeah, complete.
They feel like I have narrated their human experience and it made it feel real or validated or something. I haven't quite identified exactly what it is, but there's magic there.
Completely.
And it connects people.
Yeah. May you continue to reign and do exactly what you are doing, being your authentic self and channeling your authentic music and still making music.
You too as well.
It's been amazing to meet you. It's been a pleasure to have you on the show. Where can people find you? Because obviously now they all want to know who you are and where you are. So where are you?
I post stuff on Instagram. I have a Facebook account, and then I upload to all the normal channels like YouTube. My own website. I have this production company where I work with lots of artists. I produce music and video and stuff for them and post it at Third Eye Switch.
Okay. I think we should do a collab one day.
Absolutely.
You just let me know, mate.
We can send files.
Until I've got my studio. There's a lovely, amazing producer, such a nice guy up in the city, up in the mountains. So I can record everything until I kind of get my head around my studio.
Okay.
Let's do it. That would be amazing, mate.
Let's do it.
That would be super cool. And I'm cool for any genre, in any language. So
okay.
I'm all right, mate. There's no worries there.
I'm all about it.
Okay, so YouTube, Instagram, Facebook are your main goes to. You're on pretty much all the regular main streaming and download platforms as well, like Spotify.
Yeah, Captain Klas, and my band is called Secret Circus.
Because that's with your brother, right?
That's my brother. Yeah,
I
we
think
collaborate on almost
Okay,
everything.
so I think we need to get him on the show at some point.
Yeah,
I think
he's in Stockholm, Sweden, so it's a little complicated. We bounce
I've
around a
had
lot.
people from. Oh, it's complicated to work with him, right?
Well, it's
Yeah.
complicated. We live on different continents.
Yeah,
So
completely. Good,
Yeah.
good 7 or 8 hours time difference as well, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
but we work together. We talk every day. We used to tour more than we were home, and so we were out there a lot there for a while.
Okay, I'm gonna get. I chatted to him ages ago, but I think he's been a bit busy. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna get on to him and say, right, your
Get him
brother's
on.
been on my show. When you getting on it, mate? Sweet.
Yeah, in on him.
Buddy, thank you so much. A pleasure to meet you. We are in touch. People at home, go and follow this young man on his social media and go and make sure you download and stream his music on all major download and streaming platforms. And keep an eye out for the next show where me and him are going to be talking about our release. That would be super cool as well. Captain Klas, thank you so much. We are in contact and I'll speak to you again soon.
Yes, thank you.
See you later, buddy. Bye-bye. Super, super lovely guy. Super great artist. Super talented man. I really hope you do go and follow him and show him love and support on his social media platforms and go and check out his music on all major download and streaming platforms as well. Definitely go and say hi. Give a brother some love. I hope you've had a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. I've had a wonderful time with you. Thank you for being part of the Jaden Show world. I will see you next week with another absolutely wonderful human creative person being. Anyway, you take care. Send you the biggest hugs, lots of love. Stay beautiful. See you next week. Ta-ra.
Hey Mom, I hope this gets to you. Up there in the clouds and past the moon, I know that you would be proud of the man that I've become. Say, hey Mom, I wish you could see me now. Let's raise another glass, really take all this in. We're here right now, maybe never again. So when love comes around, when love breaks your heart, write another song and find love again. Hey Dad, I hope that you're okay. I wish you'd get to know me a little better. Maybe come see me play. I think that you would be proud of my little family band. They say, hey Dad, at least try to understand. Let's raise another glass, really take all this in. We're here right now, maybe never again. So when love comes around, when love breaks your heart, write another song and feel love again. come back again. Even though I'm still playing, it doesn't quite feel the same. When you think you need to write a new song, don't you hear the roads calling? Say, hey bro, won't you come along? Let's raise another glass, really take all this in. We're here right now, maybe never again. So when love comes around, when love breaks your heart, write another song, go find love again. So hey there, little sister, don't know what else to say. I wish you would answer. Shouldn't have to be this way. Let's raise another glass, really take all this in. We're here right now, maybe never again. So when love comes around, when love breaks your heart, write another song, feel love again.